What's up, what's happening, and welcome back to GC Development. Que lo que hay? Cómo está todo? Todo bien? Talk to you, boy. Es un excelente día hoy. Español, ¿sí? ¿Practicas español todos los días o no? Yo practico todos los días. Entonces, ¿y tú? Hey, man, I practice every day. You practice every day? Hey, before we get started, man, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video because ultimately it helps the channel grow. We're trying to grow this community. As y'all know, the community is growing and, we're starting to build out these, days where we're practicing together and we having groups and it's great, man. And I love it. But, of course, sometimes we have situations that come up and, I definitely want to talk about it. One thing that I definitely want to talk about is things to do to help you get started, right? There are certain things that you need to do to help you get started when you're going on your journey to learn another language, right? You need to come up with a plan. You need to figure out ultimately what you're trying to accomplish, right? So for some people, they want to be able to communicate, because they like to travel. So they go to different countries and they want to speak the language. Other people, they want to become fluent in all aspects because maybe it's for a job, right? So they want to be able to read, write, everything, articulate in the other language. Um, I'm not that person. For me, it was always about communicating and learning how to communicate better. And that's what's been my main focus when it comes to learning the language. And so that's what I stick with. I want to be able to communicate. When I go to different countries, I like to travel. So one thing that you need to do before you really start leaping in to take this journey to learn another language is figure out what is important to you and why do you want to learn the language, right? Because if it's really to communicate, you need to focus your energy on becoming a better communicator in that language. I get people say doing this and doing that, but you have an ultimate goal of being able to communicate better in the language. If that's what your goal is, that's what you need to do. So you need to set up a plan to help you become a better communicator. If you have, no wants or desires to learn how to write in Spanish, why would you focus all your attention on writing? If you really don't have any want or desires to read in Spanish other than reading signage, but I mean, like I'm talking about reading books, why would you spend a whole lot of time on reading, right? If your number one goal is to be able to communicate, that's going to be what you spend most of your time doing, learning how to communicate, learning how to listen to the language and growing from there. That's where you focus. So you have to build a plan out based on that. I'm here to tell you, I struggled because I went all around the map before I really start getting to that place where I was focused learning, right? I wasn't focused learning in the beginning. I wish I would have been focused learning in the beginning. I wouldn't have spent, hours of studying to realize like, hey, I'm trying to be conversational. I'm trying to learn how to communicate in the language. The other stuff is secondary. So yes, I'll learn how to read. Yes, I'll learn how to write. But if my main focus is communicating, let me get the communication piece first, and then I can build from there. I did it the opposite way. And so it doesn't make sense, right? If my goal is to communicate. And so I want you guys to do things differently than I did if your number one goal is to communicate. And I think most people, they want to be able to, understand and be understood when talking. And so come up with that. Sit down and think about what your plan is and what you want to achieve by learning that language and revolve your studying around that. You feel me? Because that's going to make everything a whole lot easier. You got to develop a plan based off what your number one goal is. If you're trying to learn how to communicate, stop focusing on reading. I'm not telling you not to read, but if you want to be able to talk, why are you reading more than you're talking? You see what I'm saying? You got to make it make sense. That's all I'm saying. And you got to develop that plan around those things that you really, really want to accomplish first. It's that simple, man. You got to do it. If you need help with that, I can help you. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to developing, I done been around the wheel and practicing, learning, struggled the whole nine, right? So if you need help, I can help you. You know, we could do a consultation. I can help you develop a plan that's going to help you study. I haven't really offered this before, but I will definitely start offering that to people that's trying to learn and who really want to take their Spanish to the next level. But like I said, if you're trying to learn, you got to figure out what's the most important thing to you first. All right. Hey man, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this because once again, it helps the channel grow. And man, we'll be back with the next one. Holla back at your boy.